What's a crack, everybody? It's Dylan here from Mabfield, and today I'm going to be reviewing Luthorist's new project, Hueco Mundo. Now, Luthorist is a member of Dublin-based hip-hop collective Nuxsense. The group have dropped an EP called Nuxsense State of Mind a couple of years ago, and the individuals have sporadically dropped some tracks as well. However, this is the first solo project from the Brazilian-born MC. Really excited to get into this and pick it apart. The mixtape's title, Hueco Mundo, derives from the anime series Bleach and depicts a barren, wasteland-rich world that's only accessible via ripping through the fabric of one world into another. Fellow Nuxsense member Civ is on production throughout. Luthorist showed some real potential for emotional depth in the opening track Prisms, contains dark, hollow instrumentation and sort of creates this feeling of isolation and loneliness. His pensive reflects on the sacrifices he's made, the hard work he's done, and what he went through during this time of soul searching. His tone and delivery is perfect and you really feel what he's saying. The astral otherworldly sounds are pretty consistent throughout, and this is used in an attempt to create an immersive experience for the listener. However, I feel this attempt is left a bit fractured throughout the first half of the tape. The second track, Astral, on the tape was supposed to represent the launching towards Hueco Mundo, but for me it was quite a forgettable track with a lethargic delivery and forgettable hook. I mean, it did contribute to that sort of spacey, ambient atmosphere that it aimed to create throughout, but it really felt like a filler track, quite forgettable, almost wallpaper music. This is followed by Wafer. The track features a lot more vibrant production. Luthorist injects a more energetic flow. However, it did have a lot of potential, but I just felt like the features were really poorly executed on this track. Bogsy's verse felt very empty and didn't really add much sonically or lyrically to the track. Whereas Prophet Goon in his verse felt like he was trying to catch up with the beat, and his delivery then suffered. He wasn't pronouncing the words properly and I could barely make out what he was saying. For me, both of the features sort of got lost in the production. Maybe that's down to the mixing. It was quite muddy in this track, but it's a question of quality and delivery, and for me the execution just wasn't there. However, the mixtape starts to redeem itself when the lead single Saucer comes in, introduced a bit more energy into the project and sort of brought it to life again. Brought some really interesting synths, various adlibs that injected a bit more flavour and energy to the project. It brought back that kind of spacey, hypnotic production. I could hear an influence there from Playboi Carti for definite. It sort of nicely introduced us just into the Hueco Mundo interlude. The second half of this tape is just so much stronger. For me, it was like the watershed moment. The themes and the messages just come through a lot more clearly, and there seems to be a lot more coherence in the way he delivers his message. The highlight track of the whole tape for me follows the Hueco Mundo interlude, and that is nice. This track's a real toe tapper, and it really demonstrates the power of simplicity, and it really allows his personality to shine in this track. You know, he doesn't use outrageous lyricism, and the production is pretty minimal. It's just really catchy. Then the track Race sort of delivers this idea that Luthorist and the rest of the guys in Nuxsense are in their own lane. They're not bothered by what's going on around them. You know, they're really focused on their own vision. The track Tokyo continues this idea of isolated togetherness where the guys have each other and they don't need all these fake people around them. They exist on this higher plateau, which is Hueco Mundo, where they're isolated from distractions. I really vibed with the Genova feature on this track, and it really added another layer and another dimension to the project. You could see some real chemistry between the two. It sounded really natural, flowed really well. The final track, Summertime, closed out the tape nicely. It brought the project slowly to a halt, almost to a slumber, and produced these sort of hypnotic psychedelic vibes. I loved the soft chimes throughout. Sort of just to round up my overall impression of the mixtape, Luthorist and Civ did a really solid job of creating this sonic landscape of Hueco Mundo to draw the audience into their immersive world. However, sometimes the muddied production drowned out a lot of the features. The structure of the tape meant that it gained energy and that sort of wow factor as it went on, so I would see that as a positive. His effortless laid-back flow is really fantastic when utilised correctly, as demonstrated in Nice. However, it can lead to these sort of lethargic tracks such as Asshole that just feel like filler. You know, and I feel like the overarching themes do come through quite clearly, especially in the second half. That idea of doing your own thing, staying in your own lane, and not wanting to follow the crowd. And Hueco Mundo being this alternate reality where he and his friends stay, and they're happier there, happier isolated from people that don't matter to them. Overall, I did enjoy the tape, especially the second half, but I can't help but feel that there's potential for so much more. Tracks like Wafer have been executed correctly, you know, it could have been a lot better, but I mean, props, Luthorist did a really good job in this tape, but overall, really, really good first opening project for Luthorist. I think the biggest positive of this whole tape is how Luthorist really managed to deliver and curate his own vibe and sound. Like, it's a very distinctive, spaced out sound that he's got. He's definitely got his own style, and I'm really excited to see how he follows this route in the future. So that pretty much rounds it up. If you want to see me review anything else, leave it in the comments. Maybe give me some suggestions for other tapes, albums, and projects that have come out recently. Tell me what you think. Do you agree with my opinions? Do you think they were shit? Do you think I was wrong? Do you think I was right? Just let me know in the comments. Just hit me up below. And do you guys actually like this format? Do you think it's something I should continue? I just want to get some feedback because honestly, I just want to give some critique and constructive criticism to try and help the scene grow. So yeah, thanks very much for watching and I'll see you next time.